Hey guys, welcome to tonight's team call. Thank you for coming on tonight. I wanted to talk tonight a little bit about the cruise, the Success Club cruise. Just got off of it a couple of days ago and learned so much. And I was really excited the whole time to be able to bring back a lot of these tips and tricks to the team and share everything I learned. So what I'm going to do, I got a really good recording of the top 10 coaches talking about their, tips for success and things that they wish they had known when they got started. They did a really good top 10 coach panel while we were there. So I have the recording of that, and I'm going to post it in our team page. But it is about an hour long, so I would love for you guys to do it or break it up as part of your personal development throughout this week. Maybe do 20 minutes of it each day, 15 to 20 minutes for the rest of the week. It's the best, recording in-person tips that I've ever had, because it's so rare that all 10 of them are sitting in one area at one time giving all of their best tips. So really listen to this and take notes. What I want to share with you is kind of the last part of the panel that they shared, which was they did kind of a quick fire, one thing from each of them that has helped them to the success that they are experiencing right now. So I'm going to start with Anita Myron, and she is obviously one of the top 10 elite coaches right now, and she's the one who is all about structure, and she's all about her calendars and her lists and doing the same thing over time and never straying from her calendar and what works. So if you ever Google or YouTube Anita Myron's calendar, she has it all right there for you. Anything from challenge groups to free coach sneak peeks to when she does, her in-person work, when she does her coaching invites, everything is structured out. So her main tip, though, other than that, was sharing her life authentically, talking about her struggles and her highs and her lows. So you, as a new coach or as an existing coach, you have this storefront, right? And it's how people know you and what your brand is, what your image is. And what I've learned over these last 3 years is you need to be relatable. And I've experienced the most success when I share the things that make my stomach kind of turn over before I post about them, or that make me nervous, because those are the things that are relatable. Those are your struggles. Those are your real moments. And if you're a real coach, and if you can be relatable to the majority of, not even the majority, but your niche of your population and your target market, say it's moms, say it's other personal trainers, say it's single moms even, anything where you're targeting your niche, be real with them and go through your struggles. Share as many successes as you have, share your struggles as well. And that has led to her success. And I've noticed, just as I started to do that in my business, it really catapulted. So it doesn't have to be that perfect picture of you, or that perfect video, or you with all your makeup on. Like, just be real and be you. All right, number 2 was Alyssa Shoemaker, and she said her best tip, if she could give one, would be treating your business like a business. So scheduling out your work hours, making to-do lists. You don't go to work, a typical 8 to 5 job, and carry, say, your cell phone with you and respond to every text that's coming through. I remember at my corporate job, we weren't even allowed to have our cell phones out. So treat your business like that, and say, set your work hours every day. What are they, and what are those tasks that you're going to cross off during those work hours? And go from that list. Don't stray from it. You can do your power hours. You can, if you don't have a ton of time, just map out. There's so many great videos on your power hour to-do lists and the best, 5 to 10 things that you can do if you just have an hour. So treat your business like a business. Number 3 was Bonnie Engel, and she's actually from our area, Lompoc, close by us in SLO and Santa Barbara. And she talked about never comparing yourself to someone else. So when you get started as a no coach, it's really easy to feel discouraged early on or feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to take so long, or my posts don't look like this person's posts. My team isn't as big as this person's team. But what's real is taking you and doing it your way. So corporate gives us so many great trainings. They give us so many tools to be successful in this business, but make them your own. Like, add your little spice to it. That's what's your unique brand. And if you can, rather than copy what one of the top 10 coaches is doing, and rather than taking their words or taking their trainings and doing whatever they're doing on social media, don't copy them. Use what they're doing as a guide. Same thing with the corporate trainings. Use those, challenge group guides as a guide for you, but put your voice to them. And if you're just constantly copying someone else's posts and putting them as your own, it's not your voice, and people can detect that, and it's not true. And it goes back to the first coach, that talked about being who you are, and having that storefront is be real and be you. All right, number 4, Amy Silverman. She's one of the most real coaches I've ever met, ever watched, ever seen. And she said, focus on the task at hand. So she claims, that she is very, can be scatterbrained or not stick to one task. She's very like squirrel, and going off of one thing and then off to another. So she says to focus on, say you have your power hour to-do list, turn off your phone, turn off your notifications on your computer, turn off that little ding that happens, on your Facebook when you get a notification. Sit down, map it out. What used to take you 15 hours or all day, to do a couple things will now take you an hour or 2. So really making your work hours as efficient as possible. She also said something that I really liked, and it was stop thinking. So I'm classic at this. I overthink everything I do, everything I post. And I overthink also what other people think of me. So whether it be you coaches on the team, or whether it be, my challengers, or whether it be my Facebook audience or my Instagram audience, I just worry so much about what everybody else thinks. And her message was, keep your eyes on your own paper. If things are going on, if you have all this turmoil on your team, or, somebody's not happy with you, or they're not happy with a situation, or they're complaining a lot, like, do you, and do you really well. So keep building your business. Keep your head down. Don't focus on being a manager. Don't focus on being that HR person of your team where you have to make everything right, and you have to make sure everybody feels good, and you have to make sure that nobody's feelings get hurt. Like, it's life. We have a lot of different personalities on the team. We have a lot of different personalities in our challenge groups. Not everyone's going to be happy, but if you can just stay focused and you can stay you, and you stop overthinking everything, and the one thing you do focus on is helping others and just being the best coach and person possible. Like, you delve into that personal development, you delve into your business, you're going to be successful with it. And I just love that. She said, just stop thinking, because we overthink everything, and we tend to. And we get in this management HR role with our teams as well as our challenge groups, and you lose sight of what's important. And you lose sight of what the end goal is with all of this. And that's helping the people, and that's changing one life. So I loved that message. All right. Number 5 was Lindsay Matway. She said, keep your goal person in mind. And who's the person you're speaking to? So it's really easy to start just thinking about, I'll take anybody for my challenge groups. I'm going to post this out to the world, and I hope that it resonates with somebody. She said, don't take that approach. Take the approach of, who do you want on your team? Who do you want to coach? And who are you going to resonate with? And she recognized that she's going to resonate with other moms who don't want to get out there and do like the stroller push your daughter and the stroller meetup groups. She was going to resonate with the moms who are a little more introverted and who want to stay at home and who might want to build a little business to help support, the family's income. Or I guess, talk to your niche. So for me, this was a total aha moment. Why am I, targeting single moms? Why am I targeting, working moms? Why am I targeting single dads or working dads? Like, that's not my niche. I can't relate to you guys at all. I can help by teaching you what I've done, but it might not work for you. So my aha moment was, I need to target other personal trainers. I need to show other group instructors how to build a secondary business that supports my personal training business, because that's what I did. So why wouldn't I teach that? And as soon as I got my mind around that, I went home this weekend and I took a spin class from another instructor, and I went up to her after class and I asked her if she'd ever considered being a Beachbody coach. And it was the least scary thing I had ever done when I approached somebody about the business, because I knew already like where that person was coming from and what their background was, because it was the same background that I had and we shared a similar interest. So if you're a mom, target other moms. If you are a hairdresser, target other hairdressers. If you are a, nuclear physicist, target other nuclear physicists. Like, go after your niche, talk to the people, somebody like Jamie, who's a working professional, like target other working professionals and show them how you can be healthy but still be a mom and still be active at the same time. Like, you find your niche, find what you did, and then you teach that. And I loved that message from Lindsay, because we get so bogged down in trying to appeal to everyone that we end up appealing to no one. And you end up creating a team full of just anybody. And who wants to work with just anybody? Don't be desperate about the coaches you bring onto your team. You are a CEO. And if you were the HR person and you were really sitting down interviewing somebody and there's a quality about that person that you don't like or that you're not going to get along well with, then you might second guess bringing them onto your team. Or if they're awesome and you want them within maybe your full team, like Dream Builders, or you want them on the Epic Dream team, talk to another coach in the business or somebody in your downline that might resonate better with that person, might work better with that person, and hand them over to them. You can help other coaches on the team. Other people can be in your downline. And you can still have talked to them and help them, but they're not your personally sponsored because maybe you don't work well with them, but you're able to refer them to a coach within the organization that would be a better fit for them. All right. Melanie Mitro was number 6. She said, have a game plan that you duplicate every month that you can teach. And she's the master teacher. She's the person who has it on her blog that she shares all of her meal plans with her coaches. She shares all of her training. She shares all of her scripts. No matter what she does, it's duplicatable. And she's not going to go do something that's just unique to her. Like, yes, she's going to have her brand, and she has created that she's a mom, and she does great with that. But she then creates a duplicatable system, and it's something that she does without fail. Every first Monday, every second Monday, every third Monday, she has something new or something that she's been doing for these last 3-4 years, and she doesn't stray from that. So set your game plan. And yes, it might not work, but you're constantly evolving it. So take what somebody, take a model from myself, or take a model from Christy, or take a model from Jamie or Melanie Mitro, and try it out. If you need to make a few tweaks as you go, that's great. You're constantly evolving it until you figure out the model that works for you, that is duplicatable, that you can pass along to your team. All right, number 7 was Megan Ewelton, I think. And she says, don't let your current life keep you from what you want. So let your current situation, I guess, be your story, but don't let it limit you. Share it, because so many people can relate to it, but don't get stuck there. Like, if you dream big and you think that you can be a top 10 coach, or you can replace your full-time income, or you can be just an elite coach, like whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, don't let where you're at right now define where you're going to be. So her message was, shoot for the moon. And, even if you land among the stars, that's something great that you strove for, that you've been striving for. So no matter what your situation is, you're not necessarily stuck there. You can use where you're at to inspire others, show them, have them watch you. You have so many people in your social media that are watching what you do. So show them how it can be done. Show them from the rags to riches story, so to speak, or how you replaced your full-time income. Let them be a part of that journey with you. Use it as your inspiration and your motivation to inspire others. All right, number 8 was Raina Odell, and her big tip was get to every event. Get to Nashville. Get to Summit. Get to Super Saturdays. Get on the Success Club trips. Like, I've made it a goal of mine, without fail, to hit every trip, every event that I can possibly make it to, and that has transformed my business. I learn something new every single time that I surround myself with a group of coaches. So whether it's your team is holding a retreat, and it's small, like, make it a goal to be there. Get to a Super Saturday, no matter what part of the country you are in. There's a Super Saturday near you. And it doesn't matter that your team's not there. It doesn't matter that you have to go by yourself. I've gone to some by myself, and I was scared at first, but you're going to be amongst a whole group of people that love fitness, they love getting healthy, and they love helping other people. So it's not that scary, and they're going to embrace you when you get there. So make it a goal to hit every event. All right, number 9 was Brittany Powers, and she suggested her big tip was be open and be vulnerable so people can connect with you and they can relate. So this kind of goes back to number 1, where you are just a testimony to your journey and to what works and to what doesn't work and your struggles. And, if you woke up and you had a gnarly day, and, don't sulk in it, but share that, hey, I go through ups and downs too, and this in the end maybe is what helped me get through today. Like, always put maybe a positive spin on it, or it's okay to have a bad day, and it's okay to share about it. It's okay to have great moments, and let your following celebrate those with you. So be real, be open, be vulnerable with your story. And it's so scary, because it's the thing that makes your stomach turn over. When you think about your why, and you think about, how am I going to share with people my past and how I got to where I am, and what makes me me, a lot of us get really, really nervous about sharing that, and it puts a pit in our stomach. But your why, your true why, isn't helping people. Your true why probably isn't, I want to make a bunch of money. It's that thing that makes your stomach turn over. It's that thing that makes you nervous to share. That's your why, and that's your vulnerability point. That's what all the top 10 coaches time and time again tell us to talk about. And that's how they become successful, is they just shared their life. And then number 10 was Melissa McAllister. And she had a great one. She said, shout it from the rooftops that you are a Beachbody coach and own it. So she said, why are we so concerned about saying that we're a Beachbody coach, but we have no problem telling people, oh, I'm a personal trainer, or oh, I'm an aerospace engineer, or oh, I'm a hairstylist. Like, that's so easy for us to say because it's socially acceptable. Like, why don't we say, I'm a Beachbody coach and I'm freaking proud of it, because it's a business that has helped me become a stronger person all the way around. It's helped my relationship. It's helped my friendships. It's helped me on a personal level. It's helped my children. Like, what career, what business has the power to do all of those things? And why don't we shout it louder? And she said, if you don't share your enthusiasm for this business and for what you have to offer and for what you have to help other people, then your followers are going to go to the next person that is sharing it, or they're going to see one of those sponsored ads on their Facebook page from one of the top 10 coaches or another coach in your area that is shouting it from the rooftops what they do, that they are a coach and that they're freaking proud of it. They're going to go to them. And there goes your net. There goes your following. That was somebody that absolutely, would have gone with you and been a happy client of yours. But because you were so afraid to tell people what you actually do and that you help people, you're going to lose that client. You're going to lose that life that you could have helped. So she had just so much, zest behind it. She's been a coach for 7-8 years. And she said, just shout it. Be proud. All right, so those are the top 10 biggest tips from the top 10 coaches in the company right now. But that was just the last 10 minutes of the panel. So listen this week to the first 45 minutes of the panel because it was phenomenal, and I will post it on the team page. Like I said, break it up a little bit every day for your personal development, and maybe 15 minutes of it each day. It was phenomenal. It was the best training I've ever had, and I've been in the business 3 years now. It was awesome. All right, I'm going to unmute Kimmy and see if you have any questions. Here we go. Awesome. Hey, girl.
Hey.
How are ya?
Good.
Good. Did you make it to that top 10 panel?
No, so I saw everybody in this huge line and crowd outside the theater, and I'm like, what is this for? And they're like, oh, it's the Elite 10 panel. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But I was on my way out somewhere else. I don't remember what. I think I saw it, but I didn't have the app. Oh. And I know a lot of the Beachbody events were only in the app and not in the daily itinerary thing, so I didn't know about a lot of them.
Gotcha.
But I'm glad it was recorded because now I can watch it later.
Yeah, I was just converting it to a MP3. I might just post the YouTube link. It's on Scotty Hobbs's page.
Okay.
On my page, and then post about it in the team. So.
Okay, yeah, I'll look for that.
Okay.
I almost didn't catch the team call tonight because you didn't text us about it. And so I know when you just posted on Facebook, I don't always see that. Okay. And my phone is still broken from Saturday. But luckily I turned it on and it seems to be actually working okay right now. And it was team call at 8:15. And I'm like, oh yeah, I better check.
Very good.
So, yeah, no, I didn't have any questions. I thought it was really good. Especially we were talking about on Saturday, the keep your eyes on your own paper, just do your own business and don't worry about anyone else, because, if you see someone else if someone else is super successful in 3 months, then, that doesn't really mean that you're not successful if you don't hit the same things as them.
Right. We all have different goals.
I know Christy left her full-time job in 1.5 years, But I've already been a coach for now almost 2 years, and I'm still really far away from leaving my full-time job. Does that mean I'm less successful? No, it just means that I'm working my own timeline and doing my own thing, and I'm perfectly fine with that, you know? So, you know, it's just...
Yeah, think about if you had given up, if all of a sudden you're like, well, I compared myself to her, it's been a year and a half, I'm just going to give up on this. It's like, you don't get to your full potential.
Yeah. So.
Very good. I will, okay, I'm going to stop the recording.
Cool.
And we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye. I think.